So today, guys, I'm joined by Lincoln City vlogger Max Lcfc. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. So today I'll be asking you a few questions, and then I'll be quizzing you on Lincoln. So the first question I've got for you is, why do you support Lincoln?
So this is a question I get asked a lot because obviously you can tell by my accent. I live in the south of England. I live in Kent, whereas all my mum's side of the family, they're all from Lincoln. And my mum was born in Lincoln, and my granddad's supported Lincoln for over 60 years. And he lives in a village just outside Lincoln. So really, it's just a family team. So when I was about 6 or 7, when Lincoln were playing Ebbsfleet, which is a town in Kent, not far from where I live. So my granddad was just like, because he lived in Kent at the time, do you want to come along to this Lincoln match? And I was just getting into football at the time. So yeah, that's really it. And he just took me to it. It wasn't like an instant connection. I was just like,
Yeah, football.
not really, don't really care. But that was really my first Lincoln match, and that's really when I just started supporting Lincoln, I guess, and that's really why I support Lincoln.
So how long have you been supporting Lincoln for?
So I've been supporting Lincoln for 8 years now because that match was in I think it may have been the last game of the 2011-12 season. And as I said, the first match it was Ebbsfleet versus Lincoln at Ebbsfleet, and it was a 3-2 win for Lincoln.
Yeah. So who is your favourite player at Lincoln at the minute?
I mean, there's not really a lot to choose from considering we released a load of them. I think prior to the retained list, I think my best player was well, not the best player. Sorry, my favourite player was Michael Boswick. He's solid at the back. Obviously, being a Peterborough fan, you'll probably know him as we signed him off you. But yeah, I really like Michael Boswick, and hopefully we re-sign him. But based on the retained list, I think my favourite player is probably Anthony Scully.
So who would you support if you didn't support Lincoln?
So that's a tough question because when I first started liking football, we have a family friend who is a big Man City fan. He's from Manchester, and I think at the time he was a season ticket holder, so he went to a lot of the games. And when I first started liking football, he started buying me some Man City tickets to go to Man City games. So until I was about 10, really, I kind of classed myself as a Lincoln and Man City fan. But then, as I was going to Lincoln a lot more because it became harder and harder to get Man City tickets, I kind of thought I'm going to watch Lincoln play almost every week, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than I am at the Premier League games. So that's when I kind of just started supporting Lincoln sort of full time, really, you could say. But yeah, on one hand, I would support Man City, but then on the other hand, when I'm not at Lincoln games, I go to Maidstone a lot of the time, which are my local non-league club. If I'd say I had a second team, it'd probably be Maidstone. So, in answer to your question, I think if I didn't support Lincoln, I think I'd support Maidstone United.
Fair enough. Who inspired you to start YouTube?
So obviously, I think Thogden played a massive role in it because I started in the September of 2018, and obviously that was just after the World Cup, and obviously he's one of the reasons why he's so well known with his football vlogging is because of those World Cup videos. So that was a big inspiration, really. Um, but yeah, I think another person, Visa, he played quite a massive role in it because obviously he lives in Poland now, which will limit how many Burnley games he can go to. But I was quite inspired by his Burnley vlogs, thought they were quite good. And obviously, with Lincoln beating Burnley in the 2016-17 season, obviously I watched that. So I think if you know, it's just your question. I wouldn't say there was any massive role models in it. It's just something I just thought would be a good idea. It's just something to maybe mess around and have a side hobby. But I think the two people that inspired me to start vlogging were Thogden and Vizza.
Yeah. So Lincoln have had quite a few promotions in the recent years, but which one is the most special in your opinion?
For me, it was definitely the promotion to the Football League, so League 2 in 2017. Obviously, that was the season when we had the Cup run and beat Brighton and Burnley, etc. But for me, it's because we're a Football League club, and in 2011 we were relegated down to the National League for the first time in like just under 30 years, and we were stuck down there for 6 long years. And for me, it was when the Cowleys came and we had that unbelievable season. I kind of felt like my club were back and the good times were back again. And I think for me, it was just so special watching the club that I'd seen. Just, I don't really know. I can't describe it really. The club that had just been festering in the lower half of the National League, finally get back to the Football League was just something special. Like my granddad, who's been a Lincoln fan for like over 60 years, That's the first time I'd seen him cry at a football match when that final whistle went and when we beat Macclesfield 2-1, which won us the National League title. Just seeing him cry at full time was like something really, really special. So for me, yeah, definitely the National League promotion.
Yeah. So where do you think Lincoln will finish next season?
I mean, that's a tough question, to be honest, because obviously we've definitely taken a bit of a hit from COVID. I think we're very lucky we're a very well-run club with a reasonable amount of money, so it means that we haven't been affected as badly as some other clubs have. But at the same time, we've had to release some key players such as Michael Bostwick, Neil Wordley, Josh Vickers. So I'm hoping some of them will be able to re-sign. The club have already said when our financial position comes clearer, we'll definitely try and re-sign some of them. But I've heard rumours that Vickers is already going to be going to Rotherham or something, and apparently Mansfield are interested in Bostwick, so we'll have to wait and see. But I think it really depends on the rest of League One and what happens with the other clubs, who they sign, who's released. And I think we could have a very interesting season next season, purely based on what I think. As a fan, I think we will finish in maybe around 10th or 11th next season, and that's being optimistic. So,
Who is the best player you've ever seen at Lincoln?
best player I've ever seen at Lincoln, I'm just going to say Matt Reed, just because he's the GOAT.
So what is the best thing about being a YouTuber?
Best thing about being a YouTuber, I think, is what I like about it is obviously being a long distance Lincoln fan. What I like about doing it is bringing my experiences at match days to other long distance Lincoln fans. Like, I know we've got I think a few fans that live in like Australia. I know there's a few other Lincoln fans that live in like London and the Kent area. I know there's Lincoln fans that live in America. So obviously what I like is bringing that experience of what I'm experiencing at a match day to other fans. I also like meeting and sort of connecting with other League One YouTubers such as yourself. Obviously this season I've met Cod's Vlogs. I met him at Lincoln Fleetwood. I met Fusion Josh before Lincoln Sunderland when he came for his ground hopping series thing. I met Liam, who is a Southend vlogger. So yeah, what I just love is just meeting and talking to other League One YouTubers, and it's just something I enjoy doing. And hopefully I'll be able to meet a few more, as obviously I've made the Football Content Awards again. So yeah, that should be good.
So now let's move on to the quiz. So the first quiz question is, when were Lincoln founded?
1884.
What is the highest place Lincoln have ever finished in the Football League?
It's in the second division, because when my granddad was growing up, that was the league we were in. Is it 5th?
Yes, it is. 2 out of 2. Well done. What manager of Lincoln went on to manage England?
Graham Taylor.
Yeah. What is the name of Lincoln's mascot?
Poacher the Imp.
Yeah. Who scored in their 2018 EFL Trophy final against Shrewsbury?
Elliot Whitehouse.
What stadium did Lincoln used to play in before Sincil Bank?
John O'Gaunt.
Yeah. So that's all of the questions I got for you. You got all of them right, 6 out of 6. I didn't expect it to go that quick, but thanks for coming on.
That's good, mate. Enjoyed myself.
Thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.